There's a lovely story in St. Mark's Gospel about a man who wanted to follow Jesus but couldn't bring himself to do it. It comes in chapter 10. Listen, I'll read it, see what you make of it. Jesus was setting out on a journey when a man ran up to him, knelt down and said to him, "Good master, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Jesus said to him, "Why do you call me good? No one's good except God. You know the commandments. You must not kill. You must not commit adultery. You must not steal. You must not bring false witness. You must not defraud. Honour your father and your mother." And the man said to Jesus, "Master, I have kept all these since my earliest days." Jesus looked steadily at him and loved him, and he said, "There is one thing you lack. Go and sell everything you have and give the money to the poor, then come back and follow me." But the man's face fell at these words, and he went away sad. For he was a man of great wealth. But if you want to get to heaven, keep the commandments. Obviously, this man was looking for a bit more than that. But you notice, when Jesus quotes the commandments, he doesn't quote them all. 10 commandments. The first 3 refer to God. You must not have idols instead of God. You must not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, in other words, not swearing like that. Remember to keep holy the Sabbath day, I suppose going to church or praying and so on. Those 3, he doesn't mention those. He mentions all the others which refer to our relationship with each other, how we treat our neighbours. And the young man said, I think of the young man, he said, "I've kept all these from my earliest days." Have you kept the commandments? Well, yes, on the whole. I haven't murdered anyone, not with my bare hands. But I think that commandment means more than that. You can hurt someone, you can half kill them by what you say. What do you think of so-and-so? Oh, yes, you know. What does that remark mean? Oh, I wouldn't trust him. You haven't said much. But I know one man recently, in his 50s, he's lost his job, and I think mainly, I don't know all the ins and outs, but most of it is because what a few people have put on Twitter. And this has gone back to his employers. He might take legal action, but I don't think you stand much chance. A word can kill. Don't bear false witness. I haven't gone into a law court and given them a false witness. But have I destroyed or hurt someone by what I've said? You must not commit adultery. Well, marriage, a family doesn't just consist on not going to bed with someone else, of not having an affair. A marriage, a family means a lot more than that. Oh, I can injure my partner by not saying anything, by neglect. Honour your father and your mother. The opposite of honour isn't to dishonour. I've never dishonoured them, but neglected them, yes. All your children. It's more than just going to bed with someone, having an affair or not honouring it. No, have I really loved? That's what it comes to, I suppose. You must not steal. You mustn't defraud. Well, I haven't actually stolen from anyone, no. But look at what I've got. the wealth or the money, well, it's a bit of a struggle these days. Yeah, but look on the internet or on the news and you see how other people are suffering. Am I sharing as I should? Or do you keep it to myself? Can't say I've really stolen. I wonder. A man said he's kept them from his earliest youth. But, okay, if you want to get to heaven, keep the commandments. But most people, Christians, want more than that. So if you only want to get to heaven, you switch off now, because the rest of this is looking for something more. And what leads people to look for more, on the whole, I think, is gratitude for the blessings they received. You know, if you ever wonder if you love God enough, do this. Sit down and think of the gifts, the graces you have received, the blessings you have received. When you see that, you won't be able to help loving God. God is so generous, so kind. How often a man or woman has said to me, they just had a newborn baby. What have I done to deserve this? It's so beautiful, a gift, a sheer gift. Just gratitude, thanking God. But just now, think of the gift, the grace, the most important thing that you have been given in your life. What you are most grateful for. Obviously, if you've had a raging toothache for the last couple of days, you'll be grateful that that's gone. No, that's temporary. What, looking through your life, is the greatest gift you've received? What do you treasure most? What you treasure most is the hardest to give up. You know, in Annecy, in France, near the Alps, in the basilica there's a big stained glass window. It's of a woman who's now a saint, and it says, "Sauf mon mari," except my husband. Strange thing to put. She really loved God, and she wanted to give her whole life to God, and said, "Lord, you take anything. You give me so much, I offer you everything, but except my dear husband." She's madly in love with him. And in his early 30s, he was killed in an accident. She was devastated. Oh, she never wished she had never loved him. She was still grateful to God in spite of the hurt. She was so grateful for the gift of her husband. And for many of us, it is someone we love or family that come to us as the greatest gift that God has given us. It may be that for you or not. You have to decide. But the gift of a family which produces such love, often it's a love which then overflows to other people. How often I've seen a woman or a man, when they've had a baby, a child, and bringing up the children, their love has grown, so they're more loving people, not just for the family. It overflows to others. Their hearts grow. What a gift. Or it can be a barrier. For the mafia, family, my family, and I would kill, sell drugs, hurt, destroy people for our family. That's what it means in the mafia. It could be a bit in between. Is it just my own family I care for? Or is my gratitude going to overflow in love for other people? Let it grow. The one thing which is greatest gift, which you treasure most, is also the one thing which might hold you back. In the gospel, that bit of the gospel, it was the man's wealth. He was born into a rich family. He knew it. He was grateful for it. But he couldn't let any of it go. Express your gratitude to God for the great gift you have received, and you will grow in love. Well, how do you express your gratitude? 3 ways I suggest. First one is actually you say it in prayer. I don't just mean a quick thank you. It's worth more than that. Just look at how much you pray, and should you pray more. When something has happened, a person will come along to me and often say, will you offer a Mass, Father, in thanksgiving for something or other? Maybe for a major exam, or somebody who's been ill and is now got better. But they come and they spend time with the Lord. It may be coming to church, or it may actually be praying quietly on their own. The Catholics are saying the Rosary. I knew a woman in the north of England. I went to see her because I knew her brother, and I was told her husband had just died. And when I went, I discovered she had nursed one husband through cancer until he had died. She had 3 children. One was drowned in an accident. One was murdered. It's a terrible thing. She had one left. When I went to see her, her second husband had died after her nursing him. And she said to me, you know, the day Reg died, I didn't manage to say the Rosary that day. I tried to say every day because I've got so much to be grateful for. What a woman, what gratitude. She'd been hurt so much, but she was conscious more of the blessings that she had received. The day Reg died, I didn't manage to say my Rosary, just wanting to thank God. As well as then, another way, that's praying, putting it into words and saying it to the Lord. A second is actually giving. The man in the Gospel was held back by his wealth. Just work out how much you can or should give. Not just when you're caught to have to buy something, or a flower, a poppy or something. No, but how much should you give to people in need? Give it thought. See how people, most of the world, are in much greater need than we are, if you're watching a video. Give, and don't let your possession separate you from the Lord. A way of thanking God is simply giving to others. And the third way is not only giving, of money I mean, but giving your time and your own energy. Doing it yourself. Some years ago, a young priest told me he was arranging a camp for disabled children and he wanted to get hold of a mini bus. So I said, well, if you don't have any luck, try this person. Now, this is a fairly well-known family in England and Holland, and they are not short of a penny or two, and they are generous in a very sensible way. But I said, later on he came back to me and he said, oh, it was great, we had a wonderful camp. I thought they would send a cheque for me to get hold of a minibus. But no, what actually they did, the lady of the house said, well, I'll send the chauffeur with the Rolls Royce and I'll bring my car. The 2 cars together should do it. The children were incontinent. They messed up the cars. That wasn't the point. Gratitude in her life wasn't just giving money. It was her own self and what meant a lot to her. Thank God in these ways. If you want to get to heaven, just keep the commandments. If you want more than that, thank God for the blessings you have, reflect on what they are, and show your gratitude. And anyway, I'll meet you in heaven, but I hope we have more than that. God bless you.